This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, welcome to Isha Training Solutions. We'll wait for 2 more minutes for others to join and then we'll start our discussion. 2 minutes we'll wait and then we'll start our discussion, guys. Thanks for joining. So we'll wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll start our discussion. Thank you. Hi everyone, once again, welcome to Isha Training Solutions. So myself, Saravanan Srinivasan. I have close to 14 years of experience in performance testing and performance engineering side. So maybe I'll a little brief about myself and then we'll quickly uh, start our discussion. I know tools like LoadRunner, Jmeter, Neoload, Performance Center, Blazemeter, Gatling. So these performance testing tools, and I also have experience in Dynatrace, AppDynamics, Neuralink, Datadog, those APM tools as well. So with that uh, uh, brief introduction, I'll quickly start our uh, discussion today. Basically, we all gathered here because we wanted to learn Gatling tool. So that is the reason we all are gathered here. So probably I'll take a pass here. Anyone wanted to? I mean, your expectation, why you joined this call, or what information that you are expecting out of this call? Anything that you wanted to explain? Yes, you can. Yeah. So pretty much we'll start our discussion. Probably I'm expecting you guys will stop me at any point of time. Any information that you need. So please stop me at any point of time because we all are gathered here. We wanted to get something out of this course journey. That is the reason we are joining any training sessions, right? So I'll start with my explanations. What are all the course content that we are going to cover as part of this course journey? So you guys can stop me at any point of time because I that kind of interaction is actually very important because uh, we don't want to assume certain things. We don't want to keep certain things within us because this is a training session. Here we wanted to get details about each and everything that we are discussing. Don't think like whether this is actually a good question, bad question. You can ask me any kind of a question so that we'll discuss and then we'll move to the next topic. Okay, so that is the main objective of we gathered here. Okay, so I'll quickly show you the course content that we are going to discuss as part of this course journey. I think uh, So any tool that we are learning, yes, that is important. We are going to learn that the fundamental thing is you should have the base of what you are learning. That is also important. So that is the reason, before going into the core concepts of uh, Gatling, what we are going to do, we are going to set the foundation strong, because definitely in this forum there are existing performance testers will be there, or there are freshers will be there, or someone who is actually going to change their career from non-technical background to technical background will also be there. So for benefit of everybody, what we are going to do, we are going to start from the scratch. Okay, we are going to start from the scratch, basic understanding of what is performance testing. Okay, because that understanding is very much important, because when you are doing your regular work in your real world, okay, say you are working for a particular organization, tool activity is actually important, but the process is very much important. Okay, tool activity means what you are going to do, you are going to prepare script, you are going to do parameterization, correlation, assertion, whatever you are going to do it. Yes, that is important, I'm not denying it, but more than that, the process is actually important. From where you are starting, what are all the activities that you have to perform, and what output that you are going to give it to the end user, how you are going to provide your report, how you are going to summarize your findings and recommendations. All those things are actually very much important. So that is the reason in our course content, what we are going to do, initial, that context setting we are going to do, initial, that context setting. Okay, because that itself many are missing in the industry nowadays. Even if you are a 3 years experienced performance tester, or 4 years for experienced performance testers also, they are not having that kind of a strong foundation understanding of what is performance testing, why we are doing this activity, in what way it is actually different from other testing. That is actually missing. So that is what we are going to do uh, in the initial stage. Okay, so if I'm talking about say like what is functional testing, or what is non-functional testing. Okay, what is functional testing, what is non-functional testing. Okay, in functional testing, what are all the activities people are doing. Okay, say like manual testing people are doing, or automation testing. Okay, automation testing people are doing, functional automation testing people are doing. So in manual testing, what are all the activities that we are doing, and in performance testing, okay, say non-functional testing, under non-functional testing, what are all the testing people are doing. Okay, so example, I told you, right? So functional testing. So functional testing, in industry, what are all the job roles people are doing? Something called manual testing, or something called functional automation. Functional automation testing. So so in functional testing, people are focusing on manual testing. This is also one job role people are doing. And then functional testing, functional automation testing. Okay, so this is also, say people are using tools like UFT, or Selenium kind of a tool. Okay, so this is also some people are doing their work. Okay, so apart from that, say like non-functional testing means what people are doing. Okay, non-functional testing means what are all the things people are focusing on. Okay, say like compatibility testing. Compatibility testing means what people are doing. Okay, compatibility. Usability means what people are doing. Or security. Security means what people are doing. Security testing means what people are doing. Accessibility means what people are doing. Or finally our testing, performance testing means what people are doing. So actually saying these fundamental understanding itself is actually missing with many of them. Even with experienced testers, I'm saying that fundamental understanding itself is actually missing. Okay, so why I am telling this is actually important, because if someone is asking this question, you should be in a position to explain them in a detailed way. Okay, that itself shows that how fundamentally strong you guys are. Okay, during interview, definitely some question will be there in the tool level, definitely they'll ask, but they'll check how good are you in the process, say like right from interacting with the clients, getting the details, converting that into documentation, converting that into scripting, how you are going to do the execution, and how you are going to provide your report. All these are actually process. Okay, that process, how we are actually doing, right, that is important. That shows how experienced candidate you are, how good are you. Okay, so that understanding also I'm going to give you in the initial part of the, because real time experience in real world what is actually happening, right, that experience matters. Okay, when you are talking to a interviewer or when you are talking to your manager, the way you are interacting, that should create the good impact or good opinion about your experience or the skill set, right? So that is what we are going to do it in the initial part of the sessions. Okay, so that we are going to do it in that. As part of that, what I explained is that what is performance testing, what is performance testing we are going to do, and then performance testing process. This is important, right? Because uh, actually saying this this is actually people are saying like PTLC. Okay, PTLC, performance testing life cycle. Okay, PTLC, performance testing life cycle. So what you guys will do, any activity that you are doing, first activity is what? Requirement gathering. Requirement gathering. Requirement gathering, and then certain organization, they call that as test planning document, or certain organization they are saying test strategy document. Okay, and test design is the next phase. I mean, test design in certain organization they are saying scripting phase. Scripting phase. Okay, and then test execution phase, and then test reporting and analysis, right? So and analysis. So in certain organization they do the retesting also post over fixing, but it is not mandatory to understand. Okay, so that is what, if you go and say like performance testing life cycle in anywhere, if you see, they each one will have their own way of representing it. Okay, requirement gathering, test strategy, test design, test execution, analysis, and then benchmarking, like that. Or certain organization they use a different terms and terminology, but end of the day, what we are doing in the life cycle, we are gathering the requirement, planning it, designing it, execution it, reporting you are preparing, and then retesting if it is actually required. Okay, so this understanding also we are going to explain it in a detailed way in the performance testing process level. Performance testing process, that is what I told you. If you are good with this process level explanation, that itself is more than sufficient to clear the interview in certain times. Okay, certain times what will happen, the interviewer will ask you, why don't you brief yourself, what roles and responsibility that you are doing, like that. If they are asking you, if you are explaining them this life cycle process itself, mostly you can crack the interview, because that is actually very important. That is actually telling you what are all the activities that you are performing day in day out, and that shows that how good are you in performance testing activities. Okay, say like you are telling them you are collecting the requirements. While collecting the requirements, this is how you will collect it from the customer. After collecting the requirements, you will prepare the test planning document. In the test planning document, what are all the information that you will have it, like that. When you are explaining to them, that shows that you have a strong and depth understanding in performance testing, right? So that is what we are going to learn in the performance testing life cycle also. Okay, I'll take a pass here. Any question guys till now? Yeah. So that initial context setting we are doing, and then next one is like understanding of servers. Understanding of servers. Okay. So understanding of servers, basically what we are going to discuss. We are discussing about web server means what, app server means what, database server means what. Okay, web server means what, app server means what, database server means what. Okay, that is also we need to know, right? Because during performance testing, you should be in a position to get interact. I mean, you have to interact with multiple stakeholder, right? You need to talk to the UI team, you need to talk to the application team, you need to talk to the DBA team, infrastructure team. When you are doing the execution, is there any problem? The problem is actually related to DB, or the problem is actually related to application server. So that understanding is also important, because during interview people will try to ask you like what is two-tier architecture, or what is three-tier architecture, or what is n-tier architecture in your organization, how many tier that are used, what is your web server made of, what is your app server made of, what is your DB server, is it actually Apache Tomcat, WebSphere, WebLogic, or you are using MySQL, MongoDB, Oracle DB, SQL Server DB. Like that, people will see whether you have only knowledge in your performance testing tool side, or you have knowledge in your infrastructure architecture side also. Okay, that basic context setting also we are going to do it under the server level understanding, because that concept is also very much important. Okay. uh, because you are doing your execution, and they ask you to do certain monitoring also. Okay, say, so during your execution we have to monitor the servers also. Maybe a request is actually coming from your customer. So in that case, at least you should have that understanding also, right? Okay, that understanding is also important. Yeah. uh, then only you can say like I am going to monitor so and so server. In that I'm going to monitor CPU utilization, memory utilization, how much of CPU it is actually used, how much percentage of CPU it is actually used, memory, how much of memory that is actually available. That monitoring also it is important, means you need to have a fundamental idea about your server side. So that is the reason we are going to learn about web server means what, app server means what, DB server means what, like that we are going to discuss. And then straight away we are going to discuss about protocols, because every performance testing tool that we are using, they are using a word called protocol. Protocol means what? Say like I am talking to you, so communication between you and me. Okay, which is actually a voice communication. Okay, so between browser and the server, so communication is actually HTTP protocol, HTTP. So like that, communication between two entity, that is actually called as protocol. Communication between two entity. Okay, so protocols like HTTP, FTP, or even the other communication that you are trying to make between two entities, right? That is all listed. Okay, so even the tool that we are going to learn is actually Gatling tool, right? So Gatling tool supports HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, TCP, JDBC, JMS, and WebSocket. All those things are actually supported in uh, uh, Gatling. Okay, maybe I'll write it down here. HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, TCP, and then JDBC, JMS, WebSockets, Okay, so all these are something uh, Gatling is actually having the capability to support it. So this is all protocols only. So that is what I told you. Whenever we are learning any tool, whenever we are learning any tool, we are learning about the protocol compatibility, which tool supports what protocol, right? So here also in Gatling also, anyways, we are going to discuss about that, but right now we are setting the context about protocol. And then non-functional requirements, NFR means what? NFR gathering. So the problem is, those who are only reading the YouTube videos and then they are coming for interview, you can easily find them. Okay, say if I say non-functional requirements, sometimes they will understand. If I'm asking NFR gathering, they'll say, no, no, I don't know about that topic, sir. Okay, so actually both are same, but since because they are going through certain content in the internet and then they are coming for the interview, you can easily find them. As long as if you are a strong understanding candidate who is actually having hands-on experience, you can definitely answer all these things. What is NFR? What you will collect it in NFR? How you will collect it in NFR? How you will share the questionnaire to the customer? Or how will you have the interaction with the customer? And how you are collecting the data? What are all the key parameters that you will collect it? Concurrent user means what? Transaction per second means what? All the things that are coming under where? That is all coming under NFR, non-functional requirements. Non-functional requirements, NFR gathering. So we are going to discuss about NFR gathering in a detailed way, because that is one of the key activity that we are doing when we are doing our performance testing activities. Okay, NFR gathering is a very key activities that we are doing, that we need to have a discussion. Okay, that is also very much important. Okay, so NFR gathering, and then these are the type of testing that we are going to discuss, because in industry, definitely when you are doing performance testing activity, any of these types only, either all or few test types you will perform in your day-to-day work. Okay, what are all the test types that are familiar in the industry? Load test, stress test, endurance test or soak test, scalability test, and volume test. These are the very important test types that you will do it in your regular performance testing activities. Actually, load test, in certain case they'll say peak load test also, and there are organizations they'll say, I mean, high availability test or failover test, like that and all, they'll call that as. But these are the commonly used test types. That is the reason we are listing here. Maybe during our regular explanation, I will tell other types also, why we are doing, how we are doing, and all. Okay, why I am listing this test types in this list? Because the way I am going to explain, if you are clearly following it during the interview, if the interviewer they are twisting certain things in whatever the way that they are asking the question, you will be in a position to answer to those questions, because we are going to cover it in such a way. In real world, these type of testing, how we are doing, how much of time we are doing, usually what we will do, how the load condition is all decided, in that way only we are going to discuss. So the real world experience you are going to straight away get it. That is also very important during your interview time, or during the discussion that you are having it with your manager, or the discussion that you are going to have it with your stakeholder. So these are the test types we are going to discuss in a detailed way, guys. Okay, I'll take a pause here. Any question, guys, till now? Yeah, so now, yes, we are going to start pretty much the actual content, the objective of learning Gatling tool introduction we are going to do. Because initially we will have that I mean, that question will be there, right? Why Gatling tool, why not other tool, like that. So we are basically, we are going to discuss about that part. Okay, why Gatling tool is actually important. A Gatling tool is actually having both versions. Okay, open source version is also there, commercial version is also there. Okay, so that and all we'll discuss during our explanation time, like about Gatling when we are going to discuss, right? That time I'll explain all the things. And then Gatling installation, that is actually very 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 important part. Okay, so how we are going to do the Gatling installation? Okay, when you are doing the Gatling installation, what are all the prerequisites that we are going to follow? Okay, because when you are doing a Gatling tool setup, yes, not only Gatling tool alone you are going to set it up, guys. Okay, there are other prerequisite things also we are going to do. Say like we are going to configure the Java, or we are going to configure the Scala, because Scala language in which Gatling is actually working, right? So Scala we are going to do, or certain times we are going to write your customized programming, means you are going to use IntelliJ editor. Okay, IntelliJ editor we are going to use. It means how you are going to set up the IntelliJ editor, or you wanted to do a build of your code and then you wanted to execute. It means we are going to configure the Maven also. Okay, Apache Maven, how you are going to download and how you are going to configure, right? So that also we are going to discuss. So basically, yes, we are going to configure Java JDK, how we are going to install that, or Scala, how we are going to install that, or IntelliJ, how we are going to install that, or Maven, how we are going to install that. Like that we are going to discuss during the introduction part and also configuration part. Okay, I will what I will do here, I'll do it in my machine. I'm expecting you all to do it in your machine also, and if you are facing any problem, we'll try to resolve the problem by doing the screen sharing session, or I'll ask my team to touch base with you during the off season time. I mean, when you are free, I'll ask my team to touch base with you to do that problem resolving session also, so that our team will try to see like where you are missing or what component is actually missing. Did you miss any environment setup, or did you miss any configuration level things like that? We'll try to resolve the problem. Either I will do the screen sharing session to resolve the problem, or I'll ask my team to do the screen sharing session to do the problem resolution also. So either way we can manage it. What I am expecting in this course journey, you should also do whenever I'm completing the topic. I'm expecting you guys, when you're coming for the next session, I mean, once I'm completing the session, when you're coming for the next session, you should complete whatever I completed in the previous session, because then only you will be in a position to answer, I mean, ask question in the second session. So that is very important, because this tool, when you are doing hands on practice, you are going to learn a lot of things, you are going to get a lot of questions, you are going to get the benefit. That is important. Okay, so that's the reason we are here, and we are learning this tool as well, guys. So what I'm expecting, you guys should set up everything in your machine. I mean, before even I'm going to the scripting part of the Gatling tool, you should be in a position to set up the Gatling tool completely. Whatever the configuration that I'm saying, whatever the dependency things that I'm saying, everything you are going to set it up in your machine. And when I'm doing the scripting also, you are going to do that, and then you are going to execute it. And if you are facing any problem, any syntax level problem, any execution level problem, any queries that are happening, everything we are going to discuss. Okay, there is nothing like this is actually a time bound activity I have to complete, I have to run away. No, nothing is actually time bound activity here. I'm expecting you guys should do each and everything. Make it yourself comfortable with this tool, terms, terminology, syntax, technical concepts and everything, and then only we are moving into the next topic. That is what our main objective, that is what we are going to do it in the session also. Okay, so that is what in the introduction part basically we are going to do. Okay, once the installation configuration is basically done, okay, once the installation configuration, all those things, once we are done with that, next thing is actually as every tool, in every tool what we will do, the same thing we are going to do it also. We are going to understand the recording capability of Gatling tool. Recording capability of Gatling tool. Okay, so how we are going to launch the Gatling? Okay, you installed it, you configured it, you do the dependency activities and everything. How you are going to do the recording part of it? Okay, so there are GUI mode of launching or non-GUI mode of launching, or you should know the different capabilities and features that are available in Gatling. In Gatling there are two way of recording capabilities that are there. One is har file, HTTP archive mode. Okay, har file means HTTP archive mode. Okay, so how we are going to do our script preparation using the har file option, and how we are going to use the proxy method capability that is actually available in Gatling. Both the things we are going to discuss, and also parameterization, how the data that we are going to change it, and also correlation, and also parameterization. Everybody knows it, right? I mean, I wanted to pass a static value into my script. I wanted to pass a static value into my script, okay, where I have the control. I wanted to pass certain static value. Say like I wanted to pass a body data in the REST API testing, or I wanted to pass any static data into my scripts. So in that case, uh, um, how to use Gatling static value parameterization concept means I'm going to explain that. Or in certain cases, some dynamic value that is actually there. How am I going to handle it? Those dynamic value while doing my script preparation, right? So that is also I'm going to discuss. And how am I going to validate my values? Okay, say like I wanted to validate the status code, or I wanted to validate the substring, or I wanted to validate certain data that is actually coming in the script, right? So that also we are going to discuss during the checkpoint time, and basic custom scripting things, or some error validation things that I wanted to do it, or how am I going to handle the think time in the script. Okay, okay, so say like one activity I'm doing and then I wanted to do another activity. How am I going to handle that situation in Gatling? Basically it is actually called as past time, pass. Okay, think time means what? The past time. Okay, pass. So how am I going to manage that past time in Gatling? So that also we are going to discuss. So basically in this place, most part of the scripting we are going to cover it. Most part of the scripting we are going to cover it. I mean, in the way that we are doing the recording and all, right? So in that way I'm saying. And then Gatling scenarios is nothing but how you are going to write it, or how you are going to design your individual scenarios. Either you are going to do it in the GUI mode or non-GUI mode, or CLI mode you wanted to do it, or HTML mode you wanted to do the report preparation. Okay, scenario things, yes, we are going to have the basic understanding. And then report generation side, we are going to do a certain understanding. And then you wanted to do it in the distributed execution, or you wanted to analyze your reports. And the tool is actually having the integration capability with GitHub, Jenkins, and then Dynatrace integrations, right? That also. And if I wanted to do a API level testing in API level testing in Gatling means, how am I going to do that? Okay, scenario level testing and also API level testing, how am I going to do it in Gatling, right? So that also. So all in all, what we are going to do in real world, if your organization they are expecting you to do performance testing using Gatling, you are going to cover every aspect of it. Okay, I'll take a pass here. Any question guys till now? Yeah, for the learners who joined today for evaluating us, this is Kumar sir number. Okay, I'm copy pasting his number in the chat. You guys can take it. Okay, this is Kumar sir number. You can reach out to Kumar sir for any further information. 8019952427. 8019952427 is number. You can reach out to Kumar sir for any further informations like timing detail. So actually this course we are going to have only in the weekend times. Okay, okay, weekend learners. Okay, so Saturday Sunday only we are going to learn. Monday to Friday is actually holiday. Okay, so Saturday Sunday, that to 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. IST. 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. IST we are going to do our learning. And 1.5 hour Saturday, 1.5 hour Sunday. And basically we are planning to have 15 hours of session to to learn this Gatling tool. 15 hours we are going to learn this tool, and weekends only we are going to have the learning. Every video is actually recorded. Okay, every session is actually recorded, and we are going to share the video in the YouTube playlist URL. So that anytime if you guys are missing, you are unable to attend the session, you can watch the video in the later part of the session, and then you can come back with the question. So, and all the artifacts, supporting documents, softwares, and everything we are going to share it through Google Drive. Through that we are going to share it, so that you guys can set up in your machine, and then you can learn the tool as well. Okay, so 15 plus hours of session we are going to have it. Weekend only we are going to have the session. 15 plus hours of session we are going to have it. All these videos you are going to have it for the lifetime access. All these videos you are going to have it for the lifetime access. Any question guys till now? So those who wanted to enroll for this course journey, please reach out to Kumar sir. And uh, from tomorrow, we are going to start our actual session, guys. Okay, the day one session we are going to start it from tomorrow. So if you wanted to have a continuous learning without missing anything, please reach out to Kumar sir for further information. Thanks for joining, and thanks for giving me this opportunity. From tomorrow, we will start learning Gatling tool.